Hello and welcome back to Pandemic Playground with Dave. We are back with surviving as a trader in space. And today we're going to continue to search the Maydays, wrecks, and any other encounters to get some more spare parts. Let's get started. Alright, so far so good with the whole merging and a simulation. So the front here is our design, which is a brick design basically. And we have the mush station, and then we have this small cargo vessel that we merged in here to do a little bit of redesign, but that's just all a little bit of protection for our hydrogen and jump drives and things like that. So that's what we've done so far, especially within the last episode. So we have all that together. We do need a lot more thrusters, obviously, and we could probably figure out this end here a little bit better. And honestly, back here is when we could actually do a large thruster. So I'm just going to turn the projection off for now so we can work on this. But I think what we want to do is actually get rid of this Gatling turret right here if we can. And let's throw in the large thruster here instead. And something I've learned as well is that there's a big difference between the two hydrogen thrusters, the one with the ball versus the non-balled version. And when I say the ball version, is the industrial hydrogen thruster because it has that little ball right there versus your original thrusters here. So one of the big difference is, instead of just design purposes, you cannot build a block on the industrial one, which is really interesting. So here as an example, we have the industrial one here, and then the non-industrial one here. And you can't build a block on top here, but you can build a block here. So in terms of armor purposes, I like the original one better in this case. But that was just something interesting to find out. And I guess I should have turned off build and repair as well for this sample or example. But yeah, if you didn't know that, that's a little bit of a tidbit or a tip. We could put in the large thruster right in here, I believe, but we don't need these then, because we're gonna have a large one. Why would you need additional thrusters going that way? So we should be okay doing that. I really wish this door was actually an entryway now, but it's not. This is our secret cockpit in case we run out of cockpits in the ship due to combat, but I think we should be fine for the most part. All right, we'll take this one out. And that should be it. So we do need to make room. So the main connection is going to be here. So we could do this. I feel like it would be a bad idea to do it the way I'm thinking about it right now, because this thruster is going to be connected through... Actually, no, it's not. Never mind. So I was just thinking that it was connected through one way, which is just the new hydrogen tank that I'm going to put in there, or hydrogen thruster that we're going to put in there. But it's not, because the hydrogen thruster is going to be a big target. That is the main thing. But it should hold up pretty well. So we're going to make room right here and throughout here. Okay, so that opens it up. And we could throw in the hydrogen thruster right here. So the hydrogen thruster is going to be a large one. Whether we use the industrial one or not, I think we're not going to do the industrial one. We use this one, so it has a port connection right in the middle and also on the sides, which is not completely necessary, but it's helpful. We could put a thruster down here if we wanted to as well, just to give extra thrust power, but probably don't need to. I mean, we could just do it right there too, or two more right there. We'll leave it for now, but we're going to add the large thruster here. I think we turn on build and repair again. I don't know if it's going to reach this distance, but it could, probably. Looks like it does. So then you have two ports here that are being unused, but we definitely need to cover this up a little bit better as well, which is the main thing to do. And it's probably going to be heavy armor pieces. I do somewhat wish I could just throw it in there a little bit deeper into the ship, but I don't think we have that option right this moment. So we could kind of go with the flow with something like that and probably hang it out a little bit more. Right here, we could continue the same design with the windows. I guess we do that, although the windows probably not the best idea for protection. And here's where it gets tricky because I think we gotta redesign this a little bit more now. And definitely should be using heavy armor instead. So we may have to go with design similar to this. And I kind of want to end it with this curve here. Like that. That should be able to be... That should work out okay. This whole thing should be heavy armor, obviously, but... That it is the way it is because we assimilated that ship. For this to be that, like this. Alright, so that covers a little bit up. Not a lot, obviously, but it's going to be decent coverage. And again, we could do the same thing up here. Mimic the bottom piece. But now, the tricky part is, what do I add here? So, not a lot we could do. I guess we do... Yeah, I think we have to do this half slope block and do half blocks here throughout. Kind of like that. Just to protect it ever so slightly. We could leave this like this, as it gives it a little bit of a vent look. And speaking of vents, we could add those pretty cool vent looking like things too. Probably not going to do that just yet. Can we add, I don't know, maybe this one? Not this one. This one. This is what I was looking for. And then that way we could do some extra protection right over here. Like so. Then it gets to this point right here. Where not much we could do about it. Guess we could do this, but then the top looks awful. I don't know. We'll leave it like that for now. Hopefully good enough. I mean, it's a terrible design, obviously, but hopefully it's good enough to hold up in battle. But not really looking to fight anything really. But yeah, this needs some kind of decent coverage. But I mean, it works out okay because we could do the same thing down here. It'll just give it like kind of just that look that we can utilize it as. There we go. All right, that's not too bad. But I think I'm just going to leave it for now. I'm actually surprised this doesn't burn out. I mean, probably would. I haven't really tested that. Probably take it out. Because, yeah, it's probably going to burn out. And then we return, build and repair. It's going to build and waste some more mats. So definitely should just remove that if we can. I don't know why it's there. I think I did that. All right, so there you go. That works out. If we need more upward thrust, which I think we actually do, we only have alarmingly 3 only, which is a bit nuts. I don't know why I did only 3, but we definitely could put more down here. So 1 could be here, and 2 could be right here, actually. So conveyor, and that's it. And we'll add the thrusters right here. 1 here, and here and here. So that gives us a total of 6 upward thrusts, which is not bad. We have 1 large going forward, which I think was what, equivalent to 9 or so for forward thrust. Which we will keep the rest that we have here anyway, so it should give us more push power. Side thrust, we actually surprisingly have a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on each side. And our stopping power is going to be reliant on 3 thrusters, which is probably, actually no. 3, we added 1 here, 4, and 5 on the other side. So we do have additional stopping power, but it's not significant at all. So we definitely should add more somewhere before we decide to go. I mean, we do have the ion thrust that's going to stop us as well. But I'm thinking maybe I get rid of these artillery turrets because we don't really use them either. So that's another thing. And I don't really plan to use them. So maybe I get rid of it and put in thrusters instead. Yeah, I think we do that. Or not. No, I'm gonna keep it. Alright, so we could add another... Maybe another thruster here, but that's gonna hit this. It's not great. But that would be a prime spot to add a backward thrust as well. Or we could drop it by 1 and do that. As we could do that, but it's gonna look awful. Actually, no, that's not too bad. Let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna add a conveyor junction here and here, and that way we could add in some protection if need be. Oop. I think in the case of adding protection, we probably have to go with a half block first. And then like that. And that should give us a better bit of protection. It's not significant, obviously, but good enough. And we'll add the... Oop. We didn't need downward thrust. I mean, we could add the downward thrust, but we don't need it. And actually, you know what? Why am I protecting it that way if we don't need it? Which is fine. All right, we'll just do it this way. Get that extra stopping power that we need. And I don't see why not. Why not add the downward thrust or upward thrust as well? And we could also add forward thrust. Do we need that? Probably not. Actually, no, we don't need it. It's going to conflict with that too. So that's fine. But we should probably plate it up, if anything. So I'm just use a plate here to cover it for no reason. And what if I just add this little piece here like that? That would be okay. All right, so that's done. Not a lot of stopping power, but it's going to work okay. We do need to cover it up as well. I mean, it covers up this way, but going forward, it doesn't cover it up. So we do need to do, I guess, once again, something like this here. But of course, we use heavy armor instead. All right, so that's good. I think we're pretty set here. Next thing to do is just get out of here. More dangerous encounters wanting to destroy me, but that ain't gonna happen because I'm not gonna go anywhere near them at the moment. And we're being attacked by something once again. Oh, I forget. My back is exposed. Ouch. Not good. I'm gonna have to expand this a little bit more, which is gonna kill a little bit more power, but we just wasted materials that way. We are on the cusp of it. All right. All right, so here's something alarming because of these safety shields. We don't have much uranium left. That's quite interesting. I guess we burned a lot of it off. That's a bit scary. But we do have a ton of missiles and rockets, so we could always replace that too if we wanted to do that. I mean, for now, probably not. But we're going to venture out soon. So I'm going to rename this large cargo container to be a mush. And we want to do that because we just want to throw in a little bit of materials for myself. For the ship. So we got to throw in things like that as well. Artillery, some assault. We don't need to bring that much, but just in case. MR50 for our interior turrets. This works for interior turrets as well. Actually, no, that's pistol ammo. This NATO magazine should work for interior turrets. And of course, we just need to throw in like 1,000 or so of each little thing. That's just in case we have any issues or if we get destroyed a little bit. And I'm okay with carrying this amount of stuff. Some extra bottles just in case. Yeah, I think we're good there. We need more uranium. The uranium is being burned down a lot, which is at an alarming rate too. So we do need things like the solar panels up and running a little bit better so we can utilize that more. Can we make a rocket launcher? Do we have platinum? Nope. I mean, we have rockets, which has a bit of platinum. Let me get rid of 10, see if that's enough to make one. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. All right. MR20 magazines. I think we only made 4. Yeah, that's not good. We gotta get rid of some Gatling ammo as well to get some more of that going along. Most of Gatling's probably... I was about to say most of them have 12, but it looks like it doesn't even have any at all. That's not good. 5 each, 5 each. 10, 10. All right, that's not terrible. Yet 20 rounds per clip. All right, that's not that bad. You need 1.67 just to get a rocket launcher. All right, never mind. I was getting a rocket launcher so I could deal with this thing. So they also came during the previous session as well, which actually came in 3s. But they just hovered outside my bubble because they couldn't really do much anyways. This thing may or may not have ran out of ammo. It looks like it did. So I can potentially just run after it and see if I can do anything to it. That's got a lot of thrusters. That is insane amount of thrusters. But it's also got an assault cannon here. And it's got a medium cargo container, which I'm gonna investigate. Ooh. I'm taking that. And you're flying away from the base a little too fast. Got rocket launcher. But it ran out of rockets because it shot all of it. Not sure why it didn't shoot me though, actually. I was just right here and I stole your ammo. I was looking for this. So if I grab that remote control and the antenna, can I fly back now? Can I magnetic onto it? Remote control. No. I think I might need some kind of button or control system here in order to make that work, maybe? Well, the remote control is here. If I do off on, I should be able to get that, but no, I can't. But that is fine. I mean, worst comes to shove, I just could put a seat right on top and bring it back. Or helm. How much does the helm cost? I always forget. Like, we could throw a helm right here and fly it back if we wanted to. Or we do the seat right here. Or even a saddle. That would be interesting. Now we can throw in a seat right here or right here. To get that moving. We'll throw on the seat, bring it back, and we'll just call this our drone for now. I hope we could get into it. That'd be funny if we can't. And what is that over there? A piece of a ship. Interesting. How far away is that? It's not too far, it looks like. Is this my ship? Or other parts of a ship? My ship, actually. This is a big portion of my ship. What is it doing here? That's hilarious. Oh, wow. It's pretty banged up, too. But yeah, this is definitely a decent chunk of my ship, so we'll just say this is for pickup. We got rid of that by mistake, but it's fine. Alright, whatever. Alright, there's a few things that you probably have to take out. We don't have the inventory right now, but where we said we're gonna put it here. Alright, so we put the seat here. Oh, that's not exactly the way it should be. And we're just gonna hack what we can hack. Looks like there's some uranium in here. Or reactors, which is nice. Is it all connected? I don't know. Very minimal uranium. Nothing too crazy. But not sure if there's anything else that we need to recover. O2H2. There's programming blocks, small reactors, timing blocks. That's the only thing left. There's a few reactors left inside somewhere. Oh, right there in the middle. That's going to be underneath this antenna. Right over there. We can probably throw some mats in here. Take care of that. Take care of that. And looks like I opened this up by mistake. What are we missing here? Programming blocks, right? Yes. Programming blocks and timing block. That I don't know where they are. Which I actually unfortunately also, yeah, I don't know where those are. It's probably behind the remote control, which we don't need. Yeah, there it is. They're all behind there. There we go. Here we can actually just throw in a rocket launcher there. Okay, we got a new ship. A small grid ship, but a ship. There's another gyroscope in here. Right, right there. Burning myself. And that should be it. Yep, that's it. We're done. All right, perfect. Ooh, this thing moves quite fast, actually. All right, we can head over back to base. There's a Reaver right in front of us heading to our base too. We're just getting constantly attacked now, which is, you know, a good thing and a bad thing, but we got a new ship at least. It's a little fun Reaver ship, which we just throw in a seat in the back. I was actually going to make a little drone with a rocket launcher, so we could fight stuff eventually. And just to pick things out when necessary. But looks like we don't need that anymore because we found a little friend here. So I'm going to take out the atmospheric stuff because we don't need that for sure. Oop, that doesn't work out. We could put back the turrets if we want to, but I don't care to do that, really. My focus wasn't to have the turrets here. But I am glad we found a way to steal this drone. Although I'm not sure why I can specifically be part of the drone with the antenna and everything like that. I could put the antenna back, not a big deal. All right, so actually, I'm gonna take this part out, A little bit of extra designing. Although honestly, this isn't it ain't gonna do much at all because if this ship gets shot, it is gonna go down. It is light armor, single, yeah, it's light armor, and it's small grid, which cannot take a lot of hits. All right, so that's done. We could throw the rocket launcher in here. Or actually, it doesn't even need to be here. We could do it right below or top, doesn't matter. We do need to get rid of the seats. We could do a fighter cockpit in this vicinity if we wanted to. Maybe we do that. Yeah, I guess we could do that. Oh no, I just lost on the mats that were in there. I keep forgetting about things like that and why it flings it out into space like that. Oh well. There was a lot of mats in there too. Well, not a decent amount. All right, so this is the front where I guess we could just do that. We'll just do a fighter cockpit. Light armor ship. I was going for a drone, but this would work out okay. Where's the hydrogen coming from? This ship, is there a hydrogen tank in there? Oh no, it's coming from an O2 H2 system, so we probably don't need that in there. I want to mimic down here, which looks like it's just a block. All right, and then we just add in the non-reloadable rocket, which we could do it right down here, or do we do it right in the middle? Nah, it's gonna make it too long. I think we just do it right over here. We'll stick it out just a tiny bit, like so. And actually, we should just cover this all up too. And of course, we gotta load up our own ammo in this case, but it should be fine. All right, so we can make this long by one, or we do it. Yeah, I think we do it this way. Very unnecessary, but useful. I guess we could put a spotlight right inside, which I do like that idea right here. And there we go. So that should be a decent little fighter ship. And again, it's more for scouting purposes, not necessarily meant for true battling or anything like that. And we throw in some rocket right inside here, and we're good to go. But where do I park this thing for now? That's the biggest question, because we don't have a connector on here. We don't have, yeah, we don't have anything to connect this thing. So we got to figure that out too. And we got to conserve the power because it's running on, well, it's running on reactors, uranium, so it should hold up fairly well, but still, better to turn it off when I can turn it off. And probably add some batteries on there as well. I should have added batteries on the side here, actually. That would have been a better idea. We'll leave it for now. We could put a connector right over here, actually, so that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, we could have done that. We could do that still. So take out this. And it's gonna be right, yeah, it's gonna be right here. Of course, everything's not gonna be connected, which is fine. It doesn't necessarily need to be connected to anything. So just throw connector right there. We could get the small connectors in there for sure, but very unnecessary at this point. There we go. Now we can fly this thing pretty decently. I don't think we have any connector joints anywhere. On top. Maybe we just fly over here. We could put one here, I think. This would work. All right, the double gyroscope's a little bit much, but I think I'm gonna park this thing right here if I can. Get a connector here, if anything. Unfortunately, I gotta build out the piping for it. Alright, so this thing was called the Horsefly Gatling Drone Mark II, which is no longer a Gatling drone, the rocket drone. And it's technically not even a drone. I built it more of a ship instead, which, yeah, more or less, I was preferring a drone, but I'm okay with this for now. Alright, we're locked in. We're good to go. So that was just kind of reserve some of our power in that way. Although we should really turn off our thruster if that's the case. So our thrusters, there's a lot of thrusters on this thing, so, which is a little bit crazy. So I'm going to call it HF for the Horsefly. Thrusters, we'll do the grouping right here, toggle on off. Put this here. Probably direct this ship the other way around, in case I hit the fire button by mistake. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Alright, so Horsefly Corrupt Drone is now our drone, or missile fighter, rocket fighter, whatever you want to call it. Now we should head off and see what we can do with the Maydays that are nearby. We also need to project this thing and reproject it as well. So lots of little things to do, unfortunately. So it's not, you know, a clear cut. We're just gonna go for the Maydays and get going, unfortunately. So we do have to do all these little things before we head out. All right, I project that. And let's just go in here for the projection. Let's just turn it on, but remove the blueprint. Find the one that we just did. Turn off show buildable only, so we should be good. It should be underneath now. Yes, perfect. So now projector, we can show buildable only. And there we go. Now anytime we can take any damage come back, we get ourselves situated a little bit. Let's get in here. Get onto our ship. I realized on our 2-bar, we don't even have block weapons, which is artillery. If I put this here, then that's gonna fire. But yeah, so you gotta be careful about that. Okay. We are good. Now we gotta find and wait for the Mayday markers, which... Alright, perfect. That just popped up. And should be headed towards this way. And there's another one that just popped up. So all three of them kind of trickles nearby. But more or less, there's a decent one this way. So we're gonna go this way. We should bring, obviously, the little fighter. That would be awesome to do if we could bring that over. Put it on our ship. So when we need to investigate these things, we could use the rockets to shoot out any turrets if need be. But yeah, I think I see it. It's right there. Whatever that is. Nope. That's not a Mayday. That's a moon. I'm just seeing where it is. It was pretty far away. I think 10. or so. Right there. Ooh, dang, a lot of it. Okay, so we are not heading the right direction, which is fine. One thing we gotta be careful of is actually, how do we slow down? All right, we're about 6 away. And I think we should, more or less, I think we should slow down a bit quite soon. I mean, we're still pretty far away, actually. That's a similar ship to what we just ran into, didn't we? Isn't it? So, nothing new. Obviously, we probably are going to take this and sell it if it is the same type of ship. It looks like it is. Yeah, it's a minefield and everything like that. Yep, it's very, very similar. I can't say for sure if it's the same, but it's very similar. Which would have been interesting because I could have then put this as a wing on both sides to make it equal. But looks like, yeah, it looks like we didn't have to do that. Weapons are off. We could turn it on. All right, let's stop right here. And we stopped at 800. All right, perfect. I don't think there were active weapons. The previous one didn't have active weapons, but there were NPCs though. Our turrets are off. If I get close, we shouldn't be attacked. But I mean, there's a chance that a missile launcher might come off or start shooting. So let's just be careful of that. Hopefully there is no missiles. Doesn't seem like there is. We should be okay. Let's stay here. I'm gonna go investigate. Which again, it really does seem like the same ship that we simulated in the previous episode. And it is. So it's got like the hydrogen and everything like that. And also the NPCs that live here as well. So we could be careful with this. And where's the entrance? A lot of batteries too, which is crazy. That's the window. Where's the entrance for this thing officially? Don't know. All right, so if we head in, all right, here's the entrance and ow. NPCs right there. Stuck between the door like that. That's insane. That's a crazy look there. All right, there might be another one in here somewhere. Pretty sure of that. Not seeing it. Are you up here? Oh, there you are. What? Are you standing on me? What's going on? What was that? And the bag is floating away, which I want. That should be fine. The only thing that's crazy about this is that there is no reactors, which stinks. But there is the medical components, which that is great to have.
Inventory full.
And I could bring my ship over. And it should be an issue. What we're probably am going to do is just going to grab it and fly away with it, I think. Or we bring it back to base and kind of deal with it later. So what I'm trying to do here is trying to find a good spot to do a connector. But also gotta be mindful of any mines that are left on the ship. Hopefully I don't hear a DD and then my ship goes completely gets destroyed. So yeah, we gotta be careful of that because our ship is huge and we might get into a detection zone. Okay, so if we connect here, That would be great. And then we could take the hydrogen and everything like that out of it. And then we can also grab the power and then sell the rest of the shell of this thing. That would probably be the best bet. So I gotta open this up a little bit. The crazy thing about this thing is that it does have hydrogen right here and tons of battery, 3 batteries. So grabbing the power out of it would probably be a very smart idea to do. But yeah, and these containers, some of it has stuff. I remember I think it had like resources, mats, like iron and silicon, things like that. So maybe we could get lucky and find some more in here as well. Nothing that one. I don't think there's anything in that one, but it's fine. This tank is destroyed, but we'll leave it destroyed. Let's see. Can we see everything? Not really. All right, that's fine. Okay, so we probably just gotta cut a hole here, or not even cut a hole. Just put in the connector right here. I mean, we probably want to extend it just a tiny bit, and we'll put a connector right here. But again, we gotta decide what we're gonna do. Do we want to just drain the power and then sell it, or just sell it? And from the comments alone, somebody mentioned that selling it with or without the power inside or hydrogen is not gonna make a difference, and I believe that to be true. But we could always test it at the same time. So maybe we just bring this thing back to the orbital station in a bit. Get rid of some of these things here. All right, we can connect here. I think that should be able to suck up everything within the realms of this whole section. I mean, if we need to, we could just do... We could connect this and that. Okay, let's just open this up, and here's the bridge. Here's the people that's in here, and I don't think there's anything in here specifically. No, I don't think so. Nope, doesn't look like it. Leave that. And we do need to get a seat up and running. So this is the same note that we read before. Get this air vent because of the flames. And that's pretty much it. You can take this for gravity component.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
And of course, there's these large car containers. Here's the big prize, 3K worth of iron and 700 of ice. What's in here? 4.23K of iron. So that is where it's worth it. Again, I should probably do yield mods, but whatever. We'll take that. I'm pretty sure there's ice in an O2H2 system. Get exactly where that is. Oxygen here. The timer block. There should be an O2H2 system somewhere, but I don't know exactly where it is currently. Right here. Okay. Unfortunately, it looks like I have to fix that if I want that. And obviously nothing in there. Okay. Great. What a waste of time. Okay, so that's that. We're gonna connect into this ship. So we can drain it and everything like that. Now we just gotta be careful of how we connect here. Locked in. Good to go. So if I remember correctly, this thing is not a station. I mean, not a ship. It's a station. So we gotta get rid of that. But we'll do that in a second. I'll be careful to see if there's any more warheads around. There is. That was a silent explosion. Not sure if that took anything out on that. Is there more? Yes, there is. Definitely don't need to do this, but I want to get rid of them as much as possible, so I don't trigger something by mistake. You can take this antenna if we want to. We don't need it, but might as well. And this is the other piece of the ship, which I think it actually houses some goodies as well. 6K of silicon. Awesome find. And we could find a way to connect this also and sell it, which we probably should do. Is there a clear-cut way of taking this without breaking anything? Probably not. Look how close it is to the asteroid. But it doesn't matter because we could just... Yeah, we could just, what's it may call it anyways? Jump drive out of here as soon as possible. I just separated this grid, so that's not good. So maybe I don't do that anymore. I guess not. We could always grind down whatever's left of this ship. We could fly this thing forward and maybe get a decent connection going here. So if we did that, nope, we still have to tilt a little bit. Actually, you know what? We can just build it really close like that. I guess this we could kind of do. And we just nudge it forward, maybe? Or build more blocks here if we can. Is something here in the way? Here. Alright, perfect. We just get a magnetic plate right there. We should be okay, I think. A little bit of a jankiness to it. So we just need to go a little bit forward and we should be good that way. Alright, fine. Alright, so we do need to release this thing and turn it into a ship. Which I think that just worked. And we need to turn this thing into a ship as well. Take this, convert to ship. Convert to ship is not possible. Okay, never mind. So that's not going to work out. Alright, we're just going to grab what we can. If that's the case. And load it up on our ship. And we'll sell this one. Because we're not going to simulate it. So it was an idea to connect it together. But guess it doesn't want to be done that way. So that means we'll lose the one battery. Which is fine. Not a big deal. Oh, you know what? I see why I can convert a ship. It didn't have a cockpit. Whatever. I mean, we just scrapped everything that we can out of it. It's just steel plates now. So we don't necessarily need to grab all that. We have a decent chunk of steel plates, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, so in the past, this thing, the ship that we just converted, didn't want to move because it gets stuck for some reason. But let's see. Nope, this time it's not stuck whatsoever, so that's good. And it looks like this came off of it. All right. That's just a random shell of steel plates. That's fine. We will take the rest of you and head over to the orbital base station and kind of sell you. All right, there's a wandering merchant though. What do you have for sale? If you don't mind me checking really quick. Okay, store. What do you have for sale? Uranium at 72. Was that expensive? I think so. Um, damn, even 100 is, yeah, I think they're overselling that. So I don't think I need anything from you. No, we don't need anything from you. All right, let's just try to do proof of concept here. We will bring this over to the orbital space station, see how much we can trade this for. And then, if anything, we'll suck out the energy out of it, the hydrogen out of it, and see if that changes the price. I hope not. But it'd be interesting if it does. I'm just going to back up just a tiny bit more. Just to see if it's moving. I think it is. It looks so tiny when you look at it and compare it to my ship. Which is insane. Which is also what's crazy is that this here basically is this shell. Without the lights and the what's it called? It's these things, blast doors. Because we replaced that with other pieces. So the blast door, it looks like it would have been here and here. I mean, we could probably keep that design. It wouldn't be terrible. Alright, so let's get in here. I don't think we have to do too much for this. Close the doors. Jump drive. So our jump drive, we could do the targeting of the orbital. Where is that? Trade orbital. I think I just called it orbital station 2. Yep. Select that. Do our jump. And we're off. Okay, so that's not a good sign. Oh, never mind. I thought that did not come with us. It kind of looked a little bit odd. Okay, but we're good here. That would have been hilarious if it just disappeared. Where are you? You're behind. Okay, that's great. We gotta maneuver a little bit towards the right. We're about 1k away. Alright, that's a lot better than 3k away at one point when we jumped. I can't see a thing. But luckily we have the top piece. Or top camera. Which is awesome. That actually helps us be able to see in front of us. Even with whatever's connected in the front. We're going to crash into this a little bit. That's fine. We are a little bit on the upside down, I think. Yeah, we are. We gotta figure this out a little quickly. And we're gonna connect into it sooner or later. But is the bubble... Oop, is the bubble long enough for our ship? It's the good question. And it's way more than enough. Okay. Alright, so there's still hydrogen in here. There's still power in there. So let's see what it's going to cost us. We'll have to take it over too. Okay, so in here, I'm surprised nobody's here. Grid takeover, which is the small cargo vessel. We'll take ownership of that, which is going to cost us 1.3 mil. How much does ours cost? 151. Crazy. 6 mil to fix it as well. That's crazy. Alright, so scrapping it is 9.7, which isn't too bad. If I fixed it with 6 million, because that's how much damage this got, it looks like, or it sounds like. All right, so if that is the case, let's see what we can do here. Now, hydrogen tank on here is 92 and 0%. All right, so this one, we'll stockpile on both to suck up that hydrogen tank. And our oxygen tank. It looks like there's 2 in there. Our oxygen tanks, oh, they're actually pretty low. All right, that's interesting. All right, because I took it off and drained it into our base. That's probably why. So this is going down quickly. Or not. And the batteries. So the batteries, they're not visible for whatever reason. So let's just turn that visible. Here's the 3 batteries on the ship itself. Let's just do discharge. And my batteries, which I think this one is mine also. So these batteries are, I think they're all mine. And we'll do recharge. We'll leave one as auto, it's fine. And it's taking a long time for these to discharge. So the reactors, let's turn them off. That doesn't make that seem a bit off. So should fully deplete unless most of my batteries are still intact. Is probably why it's not doing too much. Don't tell me my hydrogen's completely filled. It shouldn't be. Oh wow, they are filled up. Okay. Interesting. I thought it only had, did it have multiple hydrogen tanks? I thought it was just one. That's interesting how that filled up both. So now I have to make room for another one. Is that the case? Probably not. All right, so we will lose out a little bit, if anything, but maybe not. Let's see. All right, so if you scrap the encounter, 9.7 still. So it makes no difference if you drain it or whatever. So that's good to know. But with that said, then do we want to build more batteries and a hydrogen tank just to store the rest of it? I don't see why not. Is one thing. Placement of batteries is a bit. We need to find space for it. Which we could probably tuck it under here if we need to. Maybe. All our batteries are pretty filled, it looks like. Yeah, they are. So that's a good thing. I mean, we can add more batteries right up here if we need to. But in order to do that, we need to back it up a bit. Power-wise, I think we're good though. I don't really think we need to add more batteries. We have a ton in the ship. Yeah, we got about 10 batteries. They're completely filled, and that's because of the reactors. Alright, so let's just not do that then. I'm not gonna worry about that. We'll lose some, but that's not significant anyways. The hydrogen is a little bit worrying because I thought we were able to take as much more than that. But it looks like, actually no, it's got like, no, it's got gas. It's still got, wow, still got a decent chunk of hydrogen in it too, 63%. So how do I steal that? Oh, well, I guess you have to throw in another hydrogen tank, which we don't really have room for it. So what can we do? I mean, I could throw one here for now as the makeshift one. Just to steal the rest of it out of it. I guess we could do that. Okay, so that's going to require me to back out of the shield a little bit. Or let me shift left a little bit. So if we want to add battery, we could. It's going to take forever to what's it call it though? To charge up, I think. But we could put it underneath. We could. Or even underneath this battery. So that's options. What's over here? More batteries. This is all batteries, containers, things like that. Alright, so if we do add batteries, we can add batteries. That's not a big deal. The only thing is, do we have all the mats for batteries? I don't think we do. That's another problem that we're gonna have here. So we add one battery there and one battery here. We could do that. That means we have 14 batteries then. That's a lot of batteries. Don't need it, but doesn't hurt to have it, to be honest. Oop. I have to do one by one, actually. Do we have power cells? We have some. Do we have any means of making more? Nickel and silicon. I need a lot, actually. Alright, so instead of waiting for that to happen, the power cells, which can take a bit of time to do, how much does it even cost to just buy them? And there's no means of buying it at all. Doesn't exist. Great. Alright, so that's fine, whatever. Uranium at 52 is much cheaper. I feel like we need to buy a few. Ooh. I guess it's gonna have to happen. 5 mil. Alright, I'm buying it. I need to bring it back to base because our base is running out of power, unfortunately. So we gotta figure out a power solution sooner than later than we thought. Reactors, uranium, that's a good power source, obviously, but not good enough for that shield. So lots and lots of power. We need to upkeep that with uranium, I guess. All right, we'll wait for the power cells to produce. Hydrogen is the other problem. I could just make a hydrogen tank for now and store it out in front. So I could just take that from it. I don't think the thrusters would be able to hit this from here. Not quite sure, but I don't think it can. Let's hope not. But I think that's my only available port at the moment. So I'm going to throw it here. Should be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's at the prime spot for not getting destroyed. So I'm just going to put it there so I can take the rest of the hydrogen from that ship. Because it is wasting it by not storing it or extracting it. So we'll stockpile and grab the rest of that. And we could just dismantle it if we want to, or just turn it off so that it doesn't take our hydrogen from here. And production wise, looks like we're doing pretty good. Power cells 45. Getting there. We need more nickel, looks like. So we'll dismantle some more of these things. Okay, our hydrogen tanks looks good. Why does that hydrogen tank hold a lot more, it seems? What is going on? I'm confused. Which tanks are these versus these? Huh? These are the true tanks. Right? Which tank is this one? Well, it has to be this one, obviously. This is the extra. Let's just call this the extra tank. So which tank is this one and this one then? We shouldn't have that many tanks. We only have 1, 2 right here, and that's about it. So I'm a little bit confused why it's actually. And this one should only have 1 tank, I think, right? Or there's multiple tanks. No, it's just 1 tank. Yeah, it's 1 tank. So how many hydrogen tanks are there on my ship? Oh no. There's 2 more back here. Right. So we didn't need to make the extra one. Yeah, we didn't need to make the extra one. We have 4 total. I forgot we assimilated this one. So this one can go away. I totally forgot we had 4 new ones. So this one should be done in terms of the inventory. Yeah, we'll turn that off. And the rest should drain out of this one, and I can dismantle this. And what's interesting is that I could tack on a few more things onto that ship if we really wanted to. And that will give us, what's it may call it? More selling power, I guess you could say. Alright, we did one battery. We have another battery over here. Ooh, we're almost done with it. Great. But there is a reaver coming after us shortly, so we gotta be careful of that. Recharge there. Alright, so this one's recharging. This one recharging. There's one more we didn't finish. Just this one. Oh, perfect. We have enough. Awesome. Alright, that's gonna recharge, I think. Put it all on recharge, all on discharge, so that's gonna get rid of all the power and collect it. And that's getting close, so we gotta jump into the bubble relatively soon. This is gonna take some time to recharge or discharge, but we don't have to be here for that. I think we're good here. All right, let's get in the bubble. Be on the safe side. We had 2 reavers coming after us at that point. Would make for a good fight. We have a bit of a shield up front. All right, I'm gonna crash into it. Okay, I think we're good. Batteries are charging up. I'm not sure how much batteries we're getting out of this. It's like 38%. It's gonna take forever to really charge up. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Not sure how long I'm gonna sit here and wait for that, to be honest. Could go out, venture out there and fight some reavers if we wanted to. I think they are, but there's no point because I usually destroy them so fast I get nothing out of them. That's a crazy looking ship. That is large grid. I think. Invader and a berserker. I'm pretty sure we could take that down really, really easily. But I guess we're just gonna wait for the power to drain. Getting there. Yeah, not necessary for me to really wait and do all this, but why not? And we are running out of funds. So as much as we're gathering and selling stuff, yikes. We are definitely losing funds like this too. That's a bit crazy. I mean, if we really want to make things more expensive for that ship, we could tack on some excess stuff or excess things on it because we have extra materials anyways. So not necessarily extra, but we have a decent amount of materials. Not necessarily on us, but we could throw in like the large cargo containers on here if need be. Or fix it up if anything. And it should net us more money that way. I think we do that. We should do that. But we have to wait a little bit for these reavers to kind of fly away, because otherwise they're going to fly right back towards us, I think. Alright, I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to go out the bubble just so slightly. Put a repair and put in a few large cargo containers. See if that's going to increase the value of this. It was 9.7 initially. So if I put it, one reaver seems to have disappeared. That's good. Actually, no, they're together and they're flying away. That's fine. All right, perfect. All right, so if I repair this large cargo, it should give us more money, I think. And if I put in more of the large cargo, it definitely give me more money that way as well. I would hope. I think I have the mats for it. I hope so. And large cargo containers are mostly irons type of materials, a little bit of cobalt from the metal grids, but we have a plethora of metal grids, so I'm not worried about that. There's also minor amounts of silicons for computers, displays, and things like that, so I'm not worried about that. I mean, this will make a decent chunk of money if I just tack them on and selling it instead of selling the materials itself, because we selling it. Oh, actually, I don't even know. Is it worth selling it this way or selling the materials directly? But sometimes you can't even sell them because they don't even offer to buy them. So I guess you just gotta do it this way.
Inventory full.
All right, we added 4 plus the one we fixed. We could fix up some of these things too if we need to. So we get that extra cash on here. Lots of hydrogen thrusters, which is metal grids as well. But again, our base has tons of them anyway, so not worried about selling that. So even doing repair missions, I'll be fine because I have tons and tons of metal grids back at base. I wonder what it would be like if I were to add a hydrogen tank here as well. This is a little bit better because it doesn't cost metal grids. But again, I don't know what the return value is for making a ship and selling it. Is the same as selling resources. That is a bit of a difference. And I guess the rest here is now just steel plates, which I'm okay with not necessarily building it back out because it is going to take forever to do. I'll do some, see how it goes. We did take the antenna out, which we could put it back if we really want to, but I don't think I have the mats on me. I do have the mats on me, actually. All right, the antenna's back. Batteries, nearly almost drained now. Got a few more seconds left. So, okay, so this kind of works out. Kind of just rebuilding this out and then selling it, if anything. Iron thruster, I'm taking that. Gyroscope, I guess we could fix, but it's actually floating. Oh, whoops, something I did just before, I guess. Whoopsie. All right, so interesting, they had the wheel here too. It's an interesting ship for sure. So it kind of would have been like that, I guess, and then put the wheel. But we're not gonna put that there. They got lights on the bottom and everything like that. It's pretty cool. All right, so it's 9.7 previously, but if I tacked on everything like that, how much is that gonna cost us afterwards? Okay, so looks like we have no power because our batteries are completely drained. Yep, they are. So just turn those off. All the other batteries, we'll say auto. Now we'll go back to the bubble, crash into it, sell it. Let's see how much we can sell this for now by getting all those materials on there, or all those large cargo containers and hydrogen tanks in there. Probably should have put more hydrogen tanks in there, but we don't even know what it's going to be like anyway. So let's see. Like if we were to sell like these things, $77 versus, or 550 versus selling just the ship with the materials, that we got to do some kind of comparison. I mean, we could. I mean, just throw in a regular light armor block on the ship and have it fully welded up. Then you can tell exactly what the difference is there. All right, so here we have, it went up by a lot actually. So actually about close to 2 million. Not a lot, but a decent chunk. But selling it through here, it's a little worse for worries, if anything. But in terms of selling stuff, usually it's going to be hard to sell steel plates, but it's more than 550, I think, for the most part. But there are times where it's just 550 as well. So, give or take, that's what it's going to cost, right? So if we were to head out into the world, or outside of the shield walls. Okay. So we know it takes 25 steel plates to make one light armor block. So here's your one light armor block. That's what I'm going to put on there. So we're going to do the math in a second once I get in there and crash. That should do it. All right. that definitely should do it. I don't know why I keep leaving the left side now. I'm so used to it again now. I was used to getting on the right side and then put the ship there, and then started going on the left side, and I got all confused. But anyways, we're gonna do the math work inside right here. Okay. So we went from 11,33743 to 11,359,955. Okay, so the math actually works out pretty decently, actually. The selling point by putting on a ship is actually more. So, but again, it's mainly for this station. If we go to other stations, steel plates might sell for a lot more. Actually, let me see. Okay, so there's two ways to go about this, and it kind of works out and kind of does not. So if we're talking about selling to this station, it works out in terms of the math, because the difference between before putting that one light armor block is 22,912. In terms of selling steel plates to the station, which is 550 times 25 steel plates, is 13,750. So as you see there, there's a bit of a difference between 22.9 versus 13.7. But if you were to sell a steel plate elsewhere, which I think I have written down in one of my spreadsheets at one point in time, I think the highest I've seen it sell at was 1,029. So 1029. So 25 times 1029 is 25,725. So selling the steel plate is actually $2,000 to $3,000 more. So putting on a ship and selling it, again, it really depends on where you're selling your steel plates. Not a lot of stations sell or buy steel plates, so that's another thing too. Or maybe I'm looking at this at a really crappy price, but there's that. So it kind of can be worth it, and at the same time not, depending on if you're able to sell the specific steel plate. The only other big difference is that you can sell it for a limit with each station, and then if you plop it onto the ship, not much of a limit in a way. So you can just throw in a whole bunch more. So yeah, we could make a decent chunk of money by just taking all that, throw in a whole bunch of hydrogen tanks actually. That should work out. I mean, hydrogen tanks takes mostly the steel plates type of materials, I believe. I'm just gonna head outside, take a quick look. Except for computers, but that's minimum silicon anyways. Yeah, so if I did all the conversions here and figure out what the steel plates are, then you can kind of tell where your profits are and everything like that. So there is that. So we're at 11.9. Yeah, 11. No, it's 11 mil or so. I think if I tacked on, I really kind of want to do it anyways. Just tack on a whole bunch of hydrogen tanks, so we could get rid of some materials that we don't necessarily need at the moment. Although the more materials you have, the better it is in terms of repairs and stuff. But I think we're okay. I think. I could be wrong. But I am just gonna do it anyways, so I could get the highest amount of money possible in this scenario. Which is, again, might be a terrible idea, because I might not even have the main materials for all this. And also that, you know, selling individual might actually be better, but with the limit. So there's a bit of a give and take here, so it is what it is. I feel like I could gain a little bit more by just selling the ship this way. Not significant more, but just a tad bit more. Alright, that's good. Now I'm gonna do 4 tanks. So 4 tanks is probably gonna net us a little bit more. That's actually looking pretty cool for a fueling station ship. Now I'm kind of thinking, I want to keep it. Probably not. Alright, let's just bring this back and forget about that. Okay, I don't even know where I am in what part I hit station. Not bad. Alright, we tacked on 4 more hydrogen tanks. So let's see what that's looking like in terms of selling now. Okay, so if we gone here, that gave us about 1 million more. So not bad, 12.9. So I think it's good to go. I'm gonna sell it. I don't necessarily need it. Yeah, I need the cash. We'll sell that. And hopefully I didn't sell the wrong thing. Imagine I sold my own ship instead. That would be terrible. But we have enough money to go buy a new one anyway, so it wouldn't be that bad. I have to sell my own ship just to get these things. If I really wanted to. That's just insane. And how much money we could have. And we are not doing that great in terms of money flow. We keep selling stuff and trading. No, we keep salvaging for stuff, but then we keep buying more stuff because we have the funds to do so. And then it's just like a big old circle of, you know, making money, losing money, making money, losing money. So we need to solve for that. We need to start doing other things to make it more profitable. I mean, the speed of scrapping stuff would be quicker if I didn't really care to investigate what's in it and everything like that and drain it and such. Just take it, grab it, go, jump, then we should be fine. But if I'm not doing that, yeah, it'll take forever for us to get anything done. Do we need to get anything else? I don't think so. I think we have enough ammo and everything like that for now. There is the one more Mayday point here, so we're gonna head there. It should be. I'll turn off the ion thrust. I think it was pointing this way, but that's kind of towards the planet, which is a little bit scary because I don't want to be sucked into the planetary zone. We have a lack of downward thrust. Right? Yeah, it looks that way. We definitely need more. And for those who are curious, who probably joined this video or series a lot later, I've been playing this without third-person view. It's all first-person view. That's the limit of the scenario. So that's why I have cameras, and that's why you never seen me look at my ships very specifically. All right, so it's actually right over here. And that looks like a ship as well. And that ship looks a little bit more intact than any other ship that we've seen previously. So let's head there and see what kind of trouble we're going to get ourselves into. All right, we made it, and this ship is looking crazy. It's huge. All right, let me stand out my ship and do this. That is a huge ship. Got the hydrant and everything like that. I can already see a turret right there. It's got weapons for sure. It's got welders on the side. That's interesting. Tons of Gatlins. Now the question is, how active are the Gatlins? Time to investigate. Oh, they are definitely active.